Welcome, welcome, welcome. Back here with Rhubarb Yoga. So, how have your warriors been? Did you give yourself a break last week with mental health and find some mental wealth? Today we're starting afresh. We're looking at the Sun Salutation, Surya Namaskar. Bow to the sun. Sun salutations are seen as a key component of any yoga practice, whether it is just a sun salutation on its own or as a part of a warm-up. And sun salutations are an incredible way of activating the whole body through the vinyasa flow of a Surya Namaskar. There are three types: Surya Namaskar A, Namaskar B and Surya Namaskar C. We will not be rushing into these either. There is a strong process with each of them, and to get them right means the benefit of the body is at its utmost. So we're going to focus on Surya Namaskar A today. But today ours is going to be a simple sun salutation. The sun was seen as a powerful life force, and Surya Namaskar was a respect and a bow to the sun, to thank it for its power, its strength, its beautiful heat and its wonderful golden light. We still love it now. Some of us are sun worshippers, not guilty. However, I have to say I like a warm day compared to a cold, grey, damp day. But what's not to love? So we're going to look at the simple version today, and we're going to look at it in 3 stages over the next 3 classes. Today's our simple. Next week we'll adapt it and we'll show a further progression. And in the 3rd one will be, hopefully, the full expression of Surya Namaskar A. As always, we like to come to the front of the mat. You won't need any props, but if you feel you do as you move through the sun salutation, please get them. Please use them. If you're using props, you're not a cheat. It means that you're preparing to use them to enable your body to be more easeful. And surely that's better than jarring, forcing and pushing the body into a shape that you think you should be in right now. So let's come to the front of the mat, and we're going to stand in our upward salute. And remember, this is going to be our simple sun salutation, but if you find you need it to be more simple for you as you're getting used to it, please do it. Please don't be scared about moving in your own way. The more familiar you feel with your body, the more you will recognise what you can, what you can't, and what you might do. There's no judgment here, so don't judge yourself either. So we're going to come to the front of the mat in our simple salute, our upward salute, and we're going to start in mountain pose. Now we all should know mountain pose, and if we don't, it doesn't matter anyway. So feet can be hip width apart, we have those hip bones, or that they can be together. If you're more practiced, you might prefer them together as well. So please listen to how your body's telling you to be today. So come into your mountain pose and be steady in the legs. As we're steady in the legs, bring the shoulders, hips and ankles in line. So there's like a perpendicular weight travelling along the back of the body. Allow the shoulders to slightly roll so the hands and palms are facing forward. Gently lift the chin, but don't tip the head. Make sure the grounding of the feet, toes are spread, strong. Legs have got activation, but they're not tight. And you feel the breath coming into the body. And just stand here and take this breath. Now as we breathe in, we're going to come up to our upward salute. Don't need to raise the head, but the more practiced you become, you might prefer to look towards the thumbs. But that doesn't matter today. And as we breathe out, we're going to fold forward, so we're going to be hinging from the hips, and please bend the knees if it's more comfortable, if your hamstrings aren't warm, if you don't have quite enough opening in the back of the legs yet. So bending forward, I'm going to bend those knees as much as you need. I'm going to come to a forward fold. Hands can be on the floor, they can be on the shins, if that's more preferable, or if that's your dimensions of your body. So we're going to do a forward fold, breathing out.
just while we're in this pose, allow the activation up the back of the legs. Feel the hamstrings working. Keep the feet strong and try and keep the legs and the hips with a little bit of strength without being stiff. Hands to the shins. Now we're going to do a half lift. So normally about 90 degrees. So again, we're moving from the hips. If you need a little bit of activation in the knees and soften them because the legs aren't quite warm, please do that. So we're coming forward to our half lift. Hands on the shins, hands can be on the thighs, hands can be on the waist. And then as we breathe out, we're going to fold again. Bending the knee, hands on the shins or hands on the floor. Now we're going to breathe in and we're going to step back. Now this can be onto the knee, or it can be legs extended. So let's go to knees first. And then we're going to come to a high plank. Now high plank with knees down, we've all done it. We've done a knees down plank before. So let's work from this and then we'll work with legs up on the next side. And with sun salutations, no, Surya Namaskar, we always work right side, then left side. There is always 2 rotations of a sun salutation to complete one cycle. Double the work, double the fun. So what we're going to do now is we're going to come forward and down, stretching the legs out behind us, bringing the hands down by the ribs, just underneath the shoulders, and we're going to do a low cobra. Now low cobra should be as you lift your front chest up, you can still move your hands away from the floor, and there is no jarring of the back, and the body is keeping the front up. So let's try that. Imagine that we have a hook between the shoulders and it pulls the shoulders up first, and we're lifting with the back. Legs straight, strong, pull the hands away from the floor to test, bring the belly in, lift up, Mula Bandha, pelvic floor, breathing out lower down, and then we're going to push back onto the knees, and then we're going to come up to our downward dog. And this is halfway through. So traditionally, in our Surya Namaskar, we will have 3 to 5 breaths in our downward dog. But normally, in Surya Namaskar A and B, it's a little quicker, it's a little more fast and intensive, and the movements are sharper. So we're just taking this slow to get used to this. So have a breath. Become familiar with your downward dog again. Breathe. And our downward dog is our breath regulator. It's our place where we can catch our breath. We might need to just adjust our hands or our feet while we get used to our movement. And then looking ahead, we will bring the right foot, doesn't matter how many times we have to walk it, back towards the front of the mat, the left leg next to it, and then we come back into our forward fold, bending the knee, coming over, allowing the head to drop, taking a breath, and as we breathe in, we're going to rise to a half lift again, hands to the shins, trying to keep that 90-degree angle if possible. If it's not, bend the knee, it makes no difference. Breathing out, we're going to bend back over to our forward fold, and then we're going to roll up, 1 vertebrae at a time, allowing the shoulders up and then the head last, and then we bring the hands back to our upward salute and to heart centre in Anjali Mudra. So that's side 1. So now we're going to do the left side, side 2, but we're going to do it with legs up in a plank, and then we can have a look at how those differences may work and then adapt them for your own body. So I'm going to turn to this side so you can see the left side working. So we're going to come to the front in our upward salute again. So we can either raise our arms up and out, or we can just bring them up. Don't try and overthink it. Make sure the feet and the legs are strong. Find your space. Taking your breath in, and then we're going to fold forward. So fold in your own way, bending the knees, keeping it from the hips folding. Soften the knees if that's what you need today. And if not, then work with what you have. You might find that the legs are slightly more open this way. And you might be able to straighten them a touch more, but no force. So, forward fold, gently, knees bent, hands on shins, hands on floor, hands on ankles. Please, wherever you can. Let the head go. Breathing in, we're going to come back up to our half lift. Breathing out, we're going to come back to our forward fold. And now we're going to step back to our plank. Instead of coming to knees down, we're going to do knees up plank. And this is a high plank. We've all done them before in one of my classes. So push those heels away like they're against the wall behind you. Tuck the bum just a touch and the tailbone. And don't push up through the shoulders and don't. Keep the shoulders nice and strong and open. Hands underneath the shoulders. And now we're going to bring the knees down. And we're going to roll forward and lower ourselves down now. Again, we're going to do a low cobra. So make sure the hands are in the right position, next to the ribs, and a gentle lift between the shoulders. Engage in the back. Take the hands away to make sure the back's working. Bring in the core. Lift the pelvic floor. Keep the legs strong. All 10 toes against the mat to give you strength in the legs. Back down. Push back towards the heels. And then up to our downward dog. Now we take our resting breath in our downward dog. 3 to 5, whichever works for you. And allow this again to be your readjustment point if you need to. Check the feet are still hip width apart. Make sure the hands are still in line with the arms and the shoulders. Nothing's twisting, nothing's moving out of the way. And then coming forward, look towards the hands, and we can either step several times or we can step forward once, however our body is feeling today. Gently, you're going to fold forward, putting that bend in the knee. You might feel the hamstrings are slightly stretchier right now. We'll do our half lift, hands on the shins. Breathing out, we're going to forward fold once more. And gently roll up all the way, softly, allowing the shoulders to open first, the head to lift, the hands up in our final salute, and then down to the heart in Anjali Mudra. We can place them to the side and finish in our mountain pose. So, that is the simplest sun salutation that you can do so far. You can do a half sun salute, which is a very simple forward fold, half lift, forward fold and upward salute, which again is still a great way of warming up the body first thing in the morning. We're just going to run through that now, so that can be a build-up towards a simple salute in itself. So let's go from there. So we'll work on one side. So simple salute. You can bring the hands up and open them up this time, starting to activate the lungs. And then we can do a forward fold, and we can bend the knees very slightly, hands to the ground or to the shins. Forward fold, half lift, forward fold, breathing out, and then rolling up, or swan dive reverse up to an upward salute. Hands to the heart, and then we do it on the other side. So let's do the other side too. And then we've done a complete balance. So arms out or straight up, however you're choosing to move your arms today. Taking a breath, and then we forward fold. We can swan dive or bend the knees, bringing the hands to the shins, the ground, wherever is your place today. forward fold. Allow the shoulders to be soft, the head to relax. Breathing in, we do our half lift. And then breathing out, we come back to our forward fold again. And then we can reverse swan dive up, or we can roll up with the spine, bringing the hands back to the heart centre and back to mountain pose. So there you go, half salute, simple sun salute as well. Both of those on their own, absolutely fantastic for body activation. The start of the day, wonderful to get the heart moving, the blood pumping, the muscles stretching, and to definitely get that body some warmth in the heart and some energy and fire. Thinking of a sun salute and the heat that our sun gives us, this is definitely emulated in a Surya Namaskar. I hope that you find some, I hope that you enjoy it, and please don't judge yourself too harshly. It takes you a little bit of time and practice. Enjoy the heat, enjoy your sun, and please be well.